Good morning, students. In last class we discussed about the wines of the France. That's a part 1 we discussed, and also in part 1 and part 2 we discussed about the regions like we yesterday discussed about the Bordeaux. Now I'm starting with the part 3 regarding the Burgundy. What discussed yesterday in the last class is regarding the wines, the region, the grapes, as well as the vinification, as well as the production. Entire laws over we discussed, and even if we enter into the Bordeaux also. What is a Bordeaux? How is the climatic conditions? What are the places? What are the regions? What are the grapes over there? We discussed in the last class. Now, today in part 3, we are going to discuss about the Burgundy. What's called exactly called Burgundy? Burgundy is a region in the number 2 in the France. What exactly Burgundy means? When I say Burgundy, first I remember is the grapes as well as the white wines. The world best dry white wine we get from the Burgundy. Today we are going to discuss about that. What exactly, when I talk about the Burgundy, first the region and second thing the climatic conditions. The climatic conditions is very hot, in night it's very cold. That's the first point. And second thing is what they have the soil. The exact like soil is clay, it's rock and a limestone. There's a mixture of the soil which help us to produce the white wines too. Why? Because when good drainage system is there, obviously you get a good grapes over there. There's a helpful flow over there, and because of the too much chill in night, you get a white wine that's acidic. The acidic levels in the grape will increase. When you get the acidic levels will increase, what exactly happen? You produce a more of acid that lead to a dry wine. So you know what's exactly dry. Dry in the sense is the very light, and where acids are very low. The sweetness is very low inside. Completely dry means your very sweetlets are very dry. That's about, and one of the best white wines of dry you get from the Burgundy region. Now let me explain. What is specialty in this? Now we serve in the Bordeaux, what is the serve in Burgundy is the different types of grapes are being used. But in this we only use single grape. When you use single grape, what exactly happen in this is the quality of wine being will be unique. That's a make the sense. That is something completely unique of the world. The specialty is they use only the single grape in this. And last class we also discussed the classification. That when we go for the classification, every wine, when you go for the vineyards over there, there's Chakurti, CH. Every wine, the vineyard, the labeling will be on the bottle. When you see CH, it's a Chakurti. Over here in the Burgundy, you can classify as a close, CLOS, close. Close that can spell as a clos. That's a dominating estate. So we're talking about whenever the vineyard or the estates that will be same in this Burgundy will be clos. And the grapes, what is special? It's a unique grape. From the centuries, the unique grape is Pinot Noir and the Gamay. These are Pinot Noir and Cabernet. These are two grapes which are the unique name. When I say Pinot Noir, it will be from Burgundy. That's the signature of the grape was came into the existence by the producing of the grapes there. And therefore some of the few, which are the few very famous grapes are Pinot Noir, Gamay, Chardonnay and Aligot. These are the 4 quite famous we use in the Burgundy. And one of the best out of the Burgundy, one of the region known as Chablis. This Chablis is a region where you get one of the fine, unique dry wines, one of the best in that Burgundy region. In this, as the acid levels are very low in the grape, what happens in the terms of in the fermentation, they use the extra sugar. What happens when you use extra sugar? Because the sugar is very low in the fermentation, that helps to make more of getting of alcohol as well as to attain the perfect fermentation. There's the extra sugar going to add in this. And also, as we discussed in the Bordeaux, what's the difference in Burgundy and the Bordeaux is they have a 4 crus in Bordeaux. Now in this they have only 2 crus, basically 2 regions with the 2 classification. One will be into the premium cru and second with the grand cru. These are 2 only. It's very easy and very simple. And how the difference is only by the quality of the region and the grapes they produce. The quality makes both the difference in the premium cru as well as grand cru. Over there we have a 4 crus. This is quite you need to understand over there. It's very simple and easy in that when compared to the Bordeaux. And when compared to the Bordeaux, this Burgundy is very small. Very small. Not only that, it's produced very small region of grapes. It's almost like in half of the thing of the Bordeaux. Is the second we produce only 50% of this. And what about when we come to some of the regions in the Burgundy? They're one of the best place. This is one of the region is Chablis. It's known for the dry wines. And Côte d'Or. Côte d'Or, I repeat, Côte d'Or. It's nothing but, where's one of the region, again they have a sub-regions in this. Chalony. This is called Chalonese. It's not called Chalonese, Chalono. It's just, you can spell like this. This is again one of the region. Macano. It's again one of the region. Beaujolais. Beaujolais. So Beaujolais, not a Beaujolais, it can be called as a Beaujolais. That's how you need to spell about this. There's some of the regions. They are not sub-districts, they are only the regions. Now let me go into in detail of explaining the graph, how the map will be there. So as I told you, these are some of the regions. You can see a small map. This is a complete area of the Burgundy, but only some few regions. The very few, as I said, only 50% of the Bordeaux. There are very almost 5 to 6 places only which produce about the grape there. Rest of not a Burgundy will produce the wines over there. Now let me in detail, if I go with this, then this called as a Macon. This is a sub-district. This is called as a sub-district. This is in Macon is there is a called the Macon. This is a sub-district and this is a region called as a Macon. This is called as a Cordry Channelese. This is again the region over there. Cordry Brunis is again a sub-region. Brunis is a sub-region over there. Cordry Nord, this is again a sub-region. When this is a Chablis, you can see as a yellow mark over here, this completely states about the Chablis region. This is one of the known for the best for the white region. Just have a look at the graph. Why we need to remember these places? Because when you go for the labeling. When you read the labeling, you should identify the grape name. How you identify when you read this, when you observe this, and you need to know the district, you need to know sub-district, you need to know about the vineyard. When you know all these regions, then easy to identify the labeling on the wine. Is this clear? I'm just going to another slide. Now, I'm coming to one of the region called Chablis. What's the specialty of this? The world best white dry wine you get in the Chablis region. World best white wine you're going to get from dry white wine. And next one is, in this, the grape they use called Chardonnay. The name is spelled as Chardonnay, not Chardonnay. It's called Chardonnay. They are the four crus, they are the four grading. This region, this Chablis, again, since 150 years, they are known. They're known for the prestigious of making the white wines. So they may have their own classification according to that. There are four grades are given into that. First one is Grand Cru, Premium Cru, Chablis Blend, and the Petit de Chablis. What is called as a Grand Cru? In this Grand Cru, there are 7 vineyards, only 7 estates, being identified. You need to get a, when you get the labeling on the Grand Cru on the bottle, it's only stated the 7 are the premium, that's the first best quality. Next one is Premium Cru. This is one of the second best quality again. I'm talking about the best of the best, not the low quality. This is a Premium Cru is a second best quality, just superiorly. There are only some vineyards which chosen only superior. You need to get those from the states, then you has a Premium Cru as a label on the third quality will be Chablis. The Chablis is a place, as I told you, the vineyards you need to get from that vineyards and the blending to be happen only in Chablis. Then they mention about the Chablis on the bottle. And the fourth one is the Petit de Chablis. This talks about this district. You need to get it from the Chablis districts. You need to get this grape to make this. This is the 4 quality of the grapes when you come to the Chablis. I'm coming to the second region. When I come to second region, this is called Côte d'Or. This is called as a Côte d'Or. In the Côte d'Or, there are 2 sub-regions, Côte de Brunis and the Côte de Nord. There is a Côte de Brunis and the Côte de Nord. There are 2 sub-regions where you need to get the one of the best. What is the specialty in this? This is also called as the golden slope of Burgundy. Nearly 32 kilometers, 32 miles over there. You have completely of the vineyards will be there in this place. The one of the tourist destination over there. And there's a completely slope on the mountains. You see a very beautiful lay of the vineyards will be blazing in the Burgundy. And the one of the specialties is Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is a grape when we use, identified the grape there. This is about the Côte d'Or. Next one. I'm going with the third place called Chalonese. Chalonese is where you get a table wines. You know the words of table wine, the white wine, the red wine, it will be on the rosé wine. And you know about how the rosé wines are made. The 2 methods are made. First method is you need to mix white and red. Second method is you need to extract out the skin from the within 36 hours. Then you get the rosé wine. And also you get the sparkling wine in this, with the CO2 being in it. And second one is domestic. This wines are made, but locally domestic people only will be consumed, not much to be exported. The quality in this in the Chalonese will be domestically consumed. And the grape quality, the grape which is Aligot and Chardonnay, again the Chardonnay here, better. You need to have to remember this around 20 grapes which are world famous. These grapes are continuously repeating. When you know repeating, you need to what you do better to learn this grape before the first attempt only. And now I'm going for the fourth place called Maconnais. This is the fourth region. And I go this fourth region is also called as a Côte de Maconnais. They are very less expensive. The quality is good, but compared to other ones, the very less expensive quality is good compared, but only the bitter less expensive compared to other ones. What's the grape then we use in this? One is Gamay and the Chardonnay. Gamay and Chardonnay. There are two grapes are being used in this. Next one, the fifth one is Beaujolais. This is nothing but this is a fifth district where there are two towns. There was a town called Bijou. They call it, based on this, the name came into existence. What is specialty in this? Their specialty is their wine is very light, fresh, fruity flavor. Not only that, they're very light, and you can see the aroma in this, and they're drunk very young. They're not much matured, as well as they're drunk in the chilled also. I repeat, the fresh, fruity, delicate red wines will come in from this place, and also they're drunk as a young. They're not much mature, and will served in the chillness. This about the Burgundy of the regions. I'm coming to this again is something called, first one I told you, Bordeaux. Second one is Burgundy. And third one is Alsace. It's not Alsace, it's called Alsace. It's called as a spell as Alsace. The Alsace, why this is special? Because the Alsace you get one of the white, sweet wine. It's come to the dry to semi-sweet wine. They're one of the France. When you talk about France, the sweet wines, the best sweet wines also come from the Alsace. What's the specialty when I go for the region? They have, compared to that, they call river called Rhine. This is called as a river, one of the big river, they over there, from the which helps us to better climatic conditions to produce. So, and Alsace, there are some of the grapes. Which are some of the grapes where they're known for this is Riesling, Grautromet is a German grape name, Muscat, Pinot Gris, Riesling, Muscat, Grautromet. This is a spell where you go about the German grape. This also impact when you go with the German places. This wine is very famous, which made with the grape, where we see over there. Now, what's about specialty of this? Not only we make about the dry white wine, but also we make the sparkling wines. You know the sparkling wines, though naturally we make the CO2 incorporate in this. They also call as Ciment de Alsace. This is called as a Ciment de Alsace. What is called the Cremant. This is called name on Cremant is nothing but a sparkling wine. This Alsace is a place where you need to understand this. This place also not only produce a wine, dry, as well as also the sparkling wines. This is compared. This, you know what the specialty of this is. As I told you, is compared with a German wine. For this identification, there is a tall, elegant green bottle. This is a tall, you can say this bottle, this is a tall bottle, this is specially designed for this, and the unique, you cannot produce this bottle anywhere. This bottle design comes from only from Alsace. It's a green color and tall, elegant bottle. It's also called the flute of Alsace. It's specially designed not to get confused with the German wines. There's a wine called Mosel. And there's a Mosel wine which comes from the German. The almost character will be same, and you also much difference in that. That's the reason this bottle was came into by the Alsace. And thank you for and we'll see. I hope you have no doubts in this, and we'll see in the part 4 video about this next region, please. Thank you.